Hello, and welcome back for the second half of this double feature of Marin basketball. It's the Mariners, and at it again this time. It's the women on the floor. Starters have been introduced for the Falcons. It's Mariel Dingleson, number 5, Christian Voiles, number 12, Cassandra Jones, number 14, Miranda Holman, and number 33, Alex Bader. For the Mariners, it's number 1, Monica Vasquez, number 4, Eureka Abushi, number 5, Jayshell Price, number 15, Molly Carmody, and Darian Cross, number 24. She's in the center circle, and she's fighting for that opening tip, and she can't get it to go. Christian Voiles able to get it out to her teammates. Dinglinson up top to Voiles to Dinglinson. Holman stepping into the threes. Dinglinson, no good, and it'll be Vasquez pulling down the board. Abushi off to Price. Price driving along the left baseline, puts it up with the right hand, and gets the first points of the game. It's Jayshell Price. Down inside, knocked away by Cross. Got her hand on that one, and it'll be 21 seconds left on the shot clock. 9:11 left in this first quarter. Marin comes in with a 3-13 record overall, but it's belied by a 2-3 conference record, so a tough non-conference schedule for Marin. Driving inside, dumping it off, and in for the Falcons. Voiles with the first bucket, and it puts it at a 2-2 game. Carmody up top to Abushi. Price for a Darian Cross triple. Darian Cross, a 21.6% three-point shooter, able to put Marin up by 3. Coming in with the board is Bader. She'll be fouled on the shot attempt. She's going to the line. Bader, a 62.3% free throw shooter on the year. And Bader hits the first of her 2 free throws, puts it at a 1-point lead for Marin, 5-4. After the second free throw hits. And a foul called on the drive. That'll go against Mariel Dinglason. Trying to get it inside to Abushi, but stolen away by Solano up the court to Bader. Bader skips it across the court, finding its way to Voiles. Voiles fires the 3, rims out. And Abushi bringing it up the court, out to Cross. Cross driving inside, puts it up with the right hand, no good, but an offensive board for Marin. Out to Carmody. Carmody puts it up with the left hand. She'll be fouled. Going to the line is number 15, Molly Carmody, the best free throw shooter for the Mariners. It's a 5-4 lead for for Marin, as Solano put Carmody at the line, and she hits the first of her 2 free throws. And going 2 for 2 at the line is Carmody. She averages just over 12 points per game as the Marin defense closes out in the corner for Cassandra Jones, and she takes a long 2, no good. Running down the board is Abushi. Jayshell Price directing traffic for Marin as the Mariners on top, 7-4. Abushi driving the baseline, puts it up with the right hand, no good. It'll be pulled down by Holman. Bringing it up the court is Bader. Bader inside to Voiles, and a travel called on the 5'11 sophomore from Marino. Both teams averaging around 20 turnovers a game. And we've seen a little bit from both squads thus far as Carmody gives it back to Abushi. Abushi to Carmody, and a light press being played by Solano, trying to get some of those turnovers, and overthrows it. Before that, a 10-second violation called against Marin. Either way, Solano did a good job defensively, and they come up with the basketball. They trail by 3, 7 minutes left in the first quarter. Down inside, kicked out to Moore, and firing the three, no good is Jones. Moore runs it down for Solano. Bader to Moore. Back to Jones. You can see the defensive emphasis being played against Jones, the leading scorer on this Falcons squad, and a miss for Solano. Pushing up the court is Marin to Vasquez. Handed off to Cross. Cross to Carmody along the baseline. Carmody spins around and loses the basketball on the floor. Picking it up is Moore. Moore to Jones. Jones with the jumper in transition. Can't get it to go. Put back attempt, no good for Holman. Abushi starts bringing it up the court, and stolen away by Bader. Bader with the left hand, and in. 4 points for Bader. It's a 1-point lead for Marin, 7-6. 6:04 left in the first quarter. Cross able to reel that one away. 4 seconds to get it across, and Marin is able to do that. Abushi splits 2 defenders, puts it up with the right hand, off the glass, and in. First bucket of the night for Eureka. It's a 9-6 lead for Marin. Skipped over to Jones, up top to Moore. Moore back to Bader. Driving inside, and a travel called against Voiles. Timeout called by Coach Tanea Nelson, head coach of the Mariners. She's assisted by Gerald Feldman and Mariah Scaife. Solano, coached by Matt Borchard. He's assisted by Terrell Morrison, George Molina, and Ann Talamontes Riatao. Solano, as I mentioned, coming in with that 3-2 conference record. They stand at 3rd place in the Bay Valley Conference. Marin tied for 4th with Yuba with identical 2-3 records. But up top, it's Contra Costa and Laney with perfect 5-0 records in conference. Abushi will inbound, and stolen away by Moore. Moore will put it up and in. The steal and the bucket for Moore. It's back to a 1-point lead for Marin. 9-8, 5:23 to play. An errant pass doesn't result in a turnover, and Moore steals it away again. Moore very active defensively for Solano. Bader down inside to Lania Adams. And with the 3 ball, Cassandra Jones, the first 3 of the contest. Diamond Mitchell running that one down. Mitchell gets it out to Moore. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Bader back to Moore, to Jones. Jones in her sweet spot. Mitchell fighting for it, and jump ball is called as Price got down there on the floor for that loose ball as well. The Falcons on top, 11-9, 4:46 left in the first quarter. Carmody to Abushi. And a jumper in the lane for Price. 4 points for the sophomore. Jones has it knocked away by Abushi. Left up by Abushi for Carmody. Carmody drives baseline and can't get the roll, and fouling Bader will be Monica Vasquez. Her first personal foul, first team foul against Marin. in the half. It's 11-11, 4:15 to play in the first quarter. Marin at home, taking on visiting Solano. And no good on the long shot for the Falcons. Price will be hounded on her way across half court, and it will be a foul against Diamond Mitchell, her first personal foul. Ayana Gillard comes in, taking over for Alex Bader. Linnea Adams guarding the inbounder. Out to Price. To Carmody. Carmody to Ibushi. 22 seconds on the shot clock for Marin as she drives inside and will be fouled on the shot going up against Mitchell. Ibushi lost that battle but ends up going to the free throw line. That's Mitchell's second personal foul. The officials explaining the call to Coach Matt Borchert as Ibushi unable to connect on the first of her two free throws. Mitchell will head over to the bench. Voiles checks back into the game. Ibushi goes 0 for 2 at the line. It remains an 11-all contest. 3:50 to play in the first quarter. More to Jones. They keep finding Jones in that spot. She doesn't seem to be moving from it. Voiles back to Jones. She's wide open, and she hits it. Cassandra Jones with her second three of the contest. They're going to exploit that matchup. It's a 14-11 lead as the Solano bench starts to get involved with a defense chant, and it'll go off of Price out of bounds. Cross trying to get it to her. Voiles will inbound for Solano. Jones just staying in that spot. She'll take a deep three. This one doesn't go, and it'll go out of bounds off of Solano. Marin basketball. Out to Carmody. Carmody back to Ibushi. 26 seconds on the shot clock. 5 seconds to advance. They get it to Cross along the timeline. Price driving around. She'll come all the way back to Carmody. Price fires the three, and she hits it. J. Shell Price with the second three of the contest for Marin. And it's all tied up at 14. Jones trying to get that transition three. They'll go to Voiles. Voiles can't hit the long pass. Working underneath the basket, up and in for Linnea Adams, her first bucket of the contest. Long pass up to Carmody across the timeline. It's a 16-14 lead as Cross will tie it up at 16. Cross with 5 points. 2:24 left in the first quarter. Gilliard into the corner for two for Voiles. No good. And over the back will be called. Jones called for the push. And 5 team fouls against the Falcons will send Monica Vasquez to the line, a 40% free throw shooter on the year. And Vasquez leaves that one short. Vasquez, a two-sport athlete for Marin. She played soccer in the fall and did a little bit of double duty for Marin, playing soccer and basketball just for the slightest amount of time. Now she's all basketball for Marin. The 5'6" sophomore from just down the road in Santa Fe. She rattles in that free throw and puts Marin back on top, 17-16. 2:12 to play in the first quarter.
Mariners, number 11, Kaylee Walker.
Kaylee Walker checks into the contest for Abushi. A three put up and connected for Christian Voiles, as Solano retakes the lead, 19-17. Couldn't hit a three to match, can Marin. Bader pushing it up the court to Gilliard, down inside to Voiles. Voiles off the glass and in. 7 points for the sophomore. 21-17 lead for the Falcons, as Price, being guarded closely by Bader, gets it out to Carmody. Up top to Walker. She skips it over to Vasquez. Vasquez will have it knocked out of bounds on the shot. 9 seconds on the shot clock for Marin. Cross will inbound for the Mariners. Gets it out to Price to Cross for three. She leaves it short. Pulled down easily by Solano. They are back on the attack. They get it out to Gilliard. Leaves it off underneath. Walker working for it, and it'll be on the floor. And a jump ball is called. Possession arrow keeps the ball with the Falcons. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Into the corner for two, no good. Voiles up top to Bader. Back to Voiles, back to Bader. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Under a minute to play in the quarter. At the elbow for Adams. Adams leaves it on the floor. Price up to Carmody. Carmody's all alone. One dribble, and she can't finish the layup. Vasquez there, and she'll be fouled. Voiles picking up the personal fouls. Vasquez able to collect the miss from Carmody. 6 team fouls now against Solano in this opening quarter of play. 31.5 seconds left in the first as Vasquez goes to the line. She went 1 for 2 her last trip, and she will not be able to hit the front end just like last time. We'll see if she can repeat and hit the second half of her 2 free throws. It's a 21-17 lead for Solano, and Vasquez unable to pull that one down. And it'll be saved from going out of bounds for Solano. Bader stepping into the three and being unable to connect is Voiles. Vasquez brings it across the timeline and gets it out to Cross. Cross to Carmody. Carmody to Price for three. No good off of back iron. Walker runs it out of bounds as she was blocked out along that sideline by Bader. Good hustle by Kaylee Walker, but Bader made sure just watched it go out of bounds. 4 seconds. Bader for three. Unable to get it to go, and the first quarter will end 21-17. The Solano Falcons on top on the road, but a close contest thus far. Some good action between both squads, as a couple of clutch threes from Cassandra Jones puts her at 6 points. Christian Voiles with 7. She's the leading scorer in the contest, tied with Jayshell Price for Marin. Both squads trying to get coached up here in the timeout. We'll take a quick timeout as well. You're watching College of Marin basketball. Second quarter back in action. As the second quarter begins, Mariners will start off with the basketball. Cross will inbound for Marin. She gets it out to Carmody. Save 5 on the floor for Marin, and an off-ball foul called. "24 seconds on the shot clock," so a shot clock correction, not a foul. The officials on top of it here. Saw that earlier in the men's game and seen it in the women's game now. Carmody being double teamed. Trying to split it, gets it out to Walker. Walker back to Carmody. Carmody, 12 seconds on the shot clock. Carmody from the left side and in. Carmody with 4 points. Just a 2-point lead now for Solano. Jones in her spot along the left side and intercepted by Vasquez. Vasquez pushing it up the court. Got a couple trailing defenders, and now Solano sets back into their defense. Price drawing Bader defensively. Carmody up top to Cross. Cross drives inside, kicks it out to Carmody for 3, and leaves it a little bit off. The shot goes wide. It remains 21-19. Voiles loses the handle on it, but reestablishes the dribble. Bader down inside to Holman. Holman working against Walker. Holman, her shot doesn't go. Cross with the board. She leaves it off for Price. Price crosses over Bader, but doesn't drive inside. Gets it out to Vasquez, who quickly kicks it back to Price. Price double screen set up top. She gets it off to Cross. Cross driving inside. Will kick it out for Vasquez. Vasquez with 10 seconds puts up the runner. No good. Gets her own miss off the glass and in. Vasquez stayed with it, and she ties it up at 21. 8:20 to play in the second half. Down inside to Holman, kicked out for Jones. Back up top to Bader. Voiles fires the 3 and connects. Voiles with her second 3 of the contest, and she is the first player in double digits. She's the leading scorer on the contest. It's a 24-21 lead for Solano. 7:55 to play in the second quarter as Price being double teamed up top. Out to Cross. Cross fires the 3. She hits it. Cross with her second 3 of the contest. She's got 8 points. And it's a 24-24 game.
Into the game, here we go.
Now it's been checked back to 24-24. During the correction, Mariel Dinglassen checks back in. She gets the basketball. Back up top to Bader, facilitating for Jones. Down inside to Voiles. Skipped over to Dinglassen for 3. No good. Tipped around and will go out of bounds off of Solano. Abushi checking back into the contest as well as Vasquez heads over to the bench. It's a 24-24. All here in the second quarter. 7:14 to play. Price leaves it off for Cross. Cross back to Price. Screen to Cross. Down inside to Walker. Walker will travel. And another turnover for Marin. Jones to Bader. To Dinglassen back up top. Now to Voiles. Driving the baseline. Puts it up and in. Voiles with 12 points. She averages 7.5 points per game. And she's already bested that with 6.5 minutes to play in the half. Price taking her time, bringing it up the court. Screened by Abushi. Double team now along the sideline. Driving inside. Puts it up with the left hand and in. A beautiful drive for Price. She's got 9 points. Cross steals the pass. Up to Carmody. Carmody down inside for Price, and Price can't finish. Jones with a deep three, and she hits it from way downtown. Her third three of the contest. It's a 29-26 lead after that three from Jones. Abushi driving inside and will be fouled before she can pass it off to Price. Jones picking up the hand check, her second personal foul. May Moore and Diamond Mitchell check back into the contest. Price heads over to the bench for Marin. Vasquez back in for the Mariners. Cross will inbound, trying to get it out. She does too. Vasquez driving inside. Lays the defense. Cross picks up the miss and puts it up and in. 10 points for Cross. She's the first Mariner in double digits. Marin down by 1, 29-28. And Marin closing in quickly on Jones, trying to get it into Mitchell, but she'll be fouled. It'll go to the baseline. Eureka Abushi picking up her first personal foul. Out to Moore. And the shot clock was 1 second off, and the officials will correct it. Dinglassen out to Mitchell. To Jones. Jones drives inside, puts up the baseline jumper. Doesn't get it to go, but she'll be fouled. And Eureka picking up her second personal foul. 2 shots coming up for Jones. A 69.2% free throw shooter on the year. Rattling in that one for her 10th point of the contest. And it's a 31-28 lead for Solano. Cassandra Jones with 11 points. That second made free throw. Vasquez brings it up the court for Marin. Carmody takes over. Gets it out to Cross. Back to Carmody. Carmody inside. And she'll be fouled on the pass. Moore picking up her first personal foul. 5:02 left in the half. 3-point lead for Solano. Cross will inbound, trying to get it out, and she does underneath the basket to Vasquez. And it will be Solano basketball. And blocked. And a jump ball called as Mitchell able to retain possession after her shot was blocked. Possession arrow remains with the Falcons. 22 seconds on the shot clock for Solano. They lead by 3. Under 5 minutes to play in the half. Out to Bader for 3. Rims out. Mitchell will bat it out of bounds. And a full timeout indicated by assistant coach Jared Feldman for the Mariners. They're down 3 here, 4:49 to play against the visiting Solano Falcons. Their next games for the Mariners, their next game comes on Friday. They travel to Contra Costa to take on the Comets, and then they're back here next Wednesday against Laney. Both of those games at 5:30. As for the Falcons, they're starting off a road trip of sorts here, as they had previously played their games at home. Now they've started off at least a 3-game road trip here. They're next at Mendo on next Wednesday, and then follow it up after a week off. A nice respite from that long drive up to Mendocino. they'll take on Yuba at Yuba. So back-to-back, their 2 longest games of the year, but they come a week away. So a nice little bit of scheduling favored for Solano. I'm sure when they saw that, they were pleased that they're not playing them on Wednesday, Fridays, or back-to-back. Anything like that. So both squads will be back out on the floor. Vasquez brings it across the timeline. Very active defensively for Solano as Mitchell bats it out of bounds. But 20 seconds on the shot clock for Marin. Getting into those passing lanes, forcing Marin to be very crisp offensively. Carmody to Vasquez. Vasquez looking to pass it down inside. She'll drive inside herself, has it knocked away. Bader all alone, cross coming in, but it's Bader all by herself, and Bader goes up with the left hand and connects. 6 points for Alex Bader. 33-28 lead as it's stolen away by Moore. Moore and travel for Holman. Got a little bit too excited with that wide open opportunity. And she will come off. Christian Voiles checks back into the contest. It's a 5-point lead for Solano. 33-28, 4:06 to play. Carmody brings it across the timeline to Ibushi. Again, Bader right there to Cross. Cross gets to the baseline, leaves off underneath for Walker. Out to Vasquez. Vasquez puts it up off the glass. No good. Voiles pulls down the defensive board. Out to Moore. To Bader. To Voiles along the baseline. And she hits it. Voiles with 14 points. She's hit 3 shots from that place along that baseline. So they get it to her in that spot. And she's been able to connect. And she pulls 35-28 lead for Solano. Cross out to Ibushi, saving it from going out of bounds. She fires the 3, leaves it short, gets her own miss. No, batted away by Bader. Mitchell picks it up for Solano, dropping it down inside, but Vasquez called for the double dribble. Good defensive effort after she intercepted that pass, but got a little bit of ahead of herself. And it's another turnover for Marin.
And for the Mariners, also back in the game is Cassandra Jones.
Cassandra Jones taking over for Mitchell. And J-Shell Price checks back into the contest for Marin. Kaylee Walker gets a breather as Voiles hits back-to-back shots. She's got 16 points. She hits this one from the elbow. Looking absolutely effortless out there. She's better than doubled her scoring average in just the first half. 16 points on the contest. She averages 7.5 per game. Vasquez will be fouled. Iona Gilliard picking up her first personal foul. 2:49 left in the half. Carmody out to Price. Price working against Moore, being double teamed now. And stolen away by Voiles. Voiles gets it to go on the layup. 3 straight buckets for Voiles. She's got 18 points. She's taking over this game for the Falcons. 2:25 left as Price being guarded closely by Moore. Price calls for a screen up top. Darian Cross and Eureka Ibushi coming over. And again, being double teamed. Ibushi, one dribble, skips it out to Carmody. It'll go out of bounds off of Gilliard. It's an 11-point lead for the Falcons. Linnea Adams will check in as Cassandra Jones heads over to the bench. Out to Price from Ibushi. Price to Cross, and it'll be kicked out of bounds by Solano. Marin basketball, 6 seconds on the shot clock. No reset on the kick, so they'll say it just inadvertently pinballed off of a Falcon. And now it will be kicked, so now 15 seconds will go on the shot clock. 2:05 to play in the half. Marin trails 39-28. Darian Cross driving inside, and she'll be fouled. Voiles picking up her second personal foul. Voiles, Jones, and Mitchell all with 2 personal fouls apiece. Price, turnaround J, and she gets it to go. 11 points for Price. She is the second Mariner in double digits. Voiles will be fouled on the drive. Eureka Bushi picking up her third personal foul. That will get Kim Maxwell heading over to the scorer's table. And unable to get that free throw to go is Voiles. Maxwell will come in for Bushi with those 3 personal fouls. Maxwell, the 5'7" sophomore from Novato, as Voiles is trying to make it a 10-point contest. And she does just that. She's got 19 points. She will come off. She is replaced by Miranda Holman. Carmody to Vasquez. Being guarded very closely by Gilliard. Cross out to Vasquez. To Maxwell. Maxwell fires the 3. Can't bank it in. Bader gets past Cross. 25 seconds on the shot clock. Bader to Tiongson. Back to Bader to Tiongson. Gilliard down inside for Adams. Adams off back iron, no good. Bader there for cleanup and a bucket. 8 points for the sophomore in the first half. It's a 12-point lead for Solano, 42-30. Under a minute to play in the half. Nearly stolen away, but it'll be Gilliard picking up her second personal foul. That's 4 Falcons now with 2 personal fouls. Vasquez. Unable to get that free throw to go, hitting off back iron. And she leaves that one short. And a lane violation called against Solano will give Monica another shot at the free throw line. A 42-30 lead for Solano, and that's cut into by Vasquez. Holman skipped over to Bader. Bader drives inside, kicks it out for Gilliard, and she gets it to go. It's a 13-point lead. Gilliard's first bucket of the contest. About a 2-second differential between shot and game clock. Cross gets it out to Carmody. It's a 44-31 lead for the Falcons. Trying to close out the half with a defensive stop. As Marin tries to cut back into this lead, and a foul called on the drive. Johnson picks up her first personal foul, and that will send J. Shell Price to the free throw line. 9.6 seconds remaining in the half. And Price connects on the first of her 2 free throws, a 51.1% free throw shooter on the year. And Price goes 2 for 2. She's got 13 points. She's the leading scorer for the Mariners. It's an 11-point lead for Solano. 7 seconds on the shot clock. on the game clock, excuse me. Adams fires the three, and she hits it, and time will expire. Lania Adams hitting the three to go up 14 into the half. It's a 47-33 lead here in Kentfield as the Mariners trying to stay as close as possible, but the Falcons opening up a 14-point lead going into halftime. We'll pick up second half action here on the live stream. Thanks for watching this one. In just about we'll have second half action. Hello, and welcome back as the second half is getting underway here in Kentfield. A 33-47 deficit for Marin. Vasquez in the left wing, up top to Ibushi. And Ibushi trying to leave it off for Carmody, can't get it to go. Bader brings it across half court. Out to Voiles. Down inside to Bader. Bader will be fouled. After the foul, it'll be Voiles to inbound. Out to Holman. To Bader. Up top to Voiles into the corner, firing the three, and unable to connect is Dinglasen. And a blocking behind. Holman gets it poked away by Price. Cross driving inside, puts it up with the left hand, and is fouled on the shot. Holman picking up her first personal foul.
Fouls on Miranda Holman.
9:07 left in the third as Darian Cross goes to the line, spins the ball, a deep squat, and will fire, and unable to get the roll, leaving it off of front iron. A 21.9% free throw shooter on the year, just about the same as her field goal percentage. And she's unable to get it to go. Miss pulled down by Voiles. Bader begins the attack for the Falcons. To Jones. Jones has hit 3 threes in the contest. Bader will be fouled on the drive, throwing her hands up after getting the ball smacked away. We'll send her to the free throw line. Bader windbound. They'll say it's on the floor, so the arms in the air didn't quite get the same result as she expected, but it will be a foul nonetheless in a fresh shot clock for the Falcons. Down inside to Voiles. Voiles to Tiongson for 3. Excuse me, that was Dinglasen. Dinglasen's 3 goes out of bounds. It will be Marin basketball. No scoring yet in the second half. 8:26 to play. Remains a 47-33 lead as Cross fires the 3 and rattles out halfway down. But Cross can't coax it in. Holman with the bucket in transition. Her first points of the contest. She averages 8 points per game. With held scoreless in the first half. She does a lot of her work around that glass as she has 6.5 boards per game, as well as Price picks up off the floor out to Carmody. 13 seconds on the shot clock for Marin. Ibushi fires the 3 and drains it. Ibushi narrows it to now a 13-point lead for Solano. Jones down inside to Voiles. Voiles off the right side. No good. Cross pulls it down and hands it off to Price. Price pushing up the court to Carmody. Carmody driving inside. Carmody with the right hand, and she can't get it to go off the glass. Too strong. Bader driving inside. Kicks it over to Voiles. Voiles misses the basket completely. Carmody there for the board for Marin. Price brings it across the timeline. Up top to Cross. Cross driving inside, kicks it out, and it'll go to Vasquez. Beautiful job, and she, just as I was about to say, what a good job she did to keep it from going out of bounds. She is able to just tap her foot along the sideline.
And for Solano, May Moore and Nia Adams.
Linnea Adams and May Moore checking into the contest as Mariel Dinglassen and Christian Volis get a breather. Jones thought about another deep three, but she'll drive inside. Nobody's home. She'll be fouled by Vasquez. Her third personal foul. She and Abushi have a combined 6 fouls, 3 apiece. Jones goes to the line, a 69.2% free throw shooter, and is able to get that one to rattle around and in for 12 points. She can't hit the second of those 2 free throws, however. Price directing traffic. Out to Vasquez. To Abushi. Abushi tried to drive inside, but kept out of the lane by Adams. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Out to Carmody, stepping into the 3. Can't get it to go off of back iron. Too strong. Adams will leave it off for Moore. Moore pushing it for Solano. Ahead by 13 with 6:10 to play in the third quarter. Jones up top, and a travel. The Adams guilty of the turnover there, trying to get going into the lane a little bit too quickly. Both these teams averaging 20 turnovers a game. Price brings it across half court. 2 Mariners up top. She decides to go right. The screen set by Abushi. Out to Cross. Cross tries to skip it to Carmody, but Adams gets a hand on that one. Moore pushing it up the court for Solano. Moore, slow it down for Bader. 20 seconds on the shot clock for Solano. Bader flashes inside. Jones will get it up top to Holman. To Bader at the free throw line. Out to Moore. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Patted away by Abushi, and it will go out of bounds. Great defensive possession by Marin, as they are able to keep the Falcons off the board. They've limited them to just 3 points in this third quarter thus far. There's 5:12 remaining. They've only been able to score 3 points of their own, however. Need to get that offense going to cut into this Falcons lead. Solano on top, 50-36. Price for 3, bang! J. Shell Price with her second 3 of the contest. She's got 16 points. Bader for Jones for 3. No good from downtown, but excellent cleanup by Holman. Her second bucket of the second half. 52-39 lead for Solano as Solano's bench starts a defense chant. Cross. Out to Vasquez. Vasquez drives inside and will be fouled on the shot attempt. Cassandra Jones picking up her third personal foul. Two free throws coming up for Vasquez. She hits the first of those 2. Mariel Dinglassen and Christian Volis check back into the contest as Holman and Jones will head out. 2 for 2 at the line this trip for Vasquez. Makes it an 11-point contest. Solano on top, 52-41. Bader in the right wing. Up top, firing the high shot and hitting the three is Voiles. 22 points, her third three of the contest. That's 7 threes on the game for the Falcons. That's how many they average in a contest, and there's still an entire quarter left. A step back jumper for Price. She can't get it to go, working after her own miss, and she will pick up the foul, her first personal foul of the contest. It's back to a 14-point lead for Solano, 55-41, as Moore brings it up the court. No good on the three attempt from Bader. Vasquez pulls it down and is pushing it up the court into the lane and has it batted out of bounds by Adams. Heads up defensive play by Linnea Adams, the 5'8 freshman forward. 3:28 left in the third quarter as Diamond Mitchell heads over to the scorer's table. Abushi fires the three, and she gets it to go. Abushi with her second three of the contest. She's got 8 points. Back to an 11-point lead for Solano. Bader at the elbow, working, gets it out to Adams. Skipped over to Bader. Bader driving inside, and hard contact shot will not count as Price picks up her second personal foul. 2 shots coming up for Alex Bader, a 62.3% free throw shooter on the year. She had 8 first half points, and she connects for her first point of the second half. Diamond Mitchell comes in for Linnea Adams. And rimming out, working for the board and winning is Cross. 56-44. Solano on top of Marin here in Kentfield. Trying to leave it off for Cross, but Moore gets into the passing lane. Another steal for Moore. Moore driving inside, trying to do it all herself. She gets it ripped away by Vasquez. Vasquez leaves it up the court for Cross. Cross tries to do it all herself, and she ends up missing the layup. She hustles back on defense, though, as Bader brings it up the court into the corner. Moore thought about the three and will fire it off of Cross's leg. They'll call it a kicked ball, however. Walker will check into the contest for Marin. She'll take over for Cross, who visibly tired, with 2:22 left in the third quarter. And off the inbounds play, it's another bucket for Voiles. 24 points. It's a 58-44 lead for Solano. Walker with the basketball, back to Price. 16 seconds on the shot clock. Price drives inside, puts it up off the glass, no good. Bader with the board for Solano. Bader into Mitchell, one dribble with the left hand, and she'll be fouled. Vasquez picking up her fourth personal foul, and Kim Maxwell heads over to the scorer's table now to check in for Vasquez. Miranda Holman moves over to the scorer's table for Solano as Mitchell hits her first point of the night, a 48.4% free throw shooter on the year. Also coming out is Voiles as Ayana Gilliard checks into the contest. 2 for 2 at the line for Diamond Mitchell. Maxwell spinning around, gets it out to Abushi, trying to get it down inside to Walker. Abushi drives inside herself. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Abushi, no good with the right hand. It'll be batted out of bounds by Walker. Solano basketball, 1:34 remaining in the third quarter. It's a 60-44 lead for Solano. Bader into the corner for Gilliard. Back to Bader. Bader to Mitchell. being closely guarded by Carmody. 10 seconds on the shot clock. And a timeout called from the bench as Guillard was being hounded by Carmody. A full timeout taken with 1:13 remaining third quarter. It's a 60-44 lead for Solano. The horn sounds and squads return to the floor. For three, no good, short on the 3-4 Gilliard. Price, under a minute left in the third quarter. It's a 16-point lead for Solano. Price out to Maxwell. Maxwell with 14 seconds on the shot clock. Back to Price. Being guarded closely by Mitchell. Being double teamed now. Out to Maxwell. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Lost a handle on it. Out to Carmody. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Carmody will put up the shot and gets it to go. Carmody beats the buzzer. Her first bucket of the second half. It's back to a 14-point deficit for Marin. Beautiful feed and the finish with a foul. Holman with her third bucket of the contest. Kaylee Walker picking up her first personal foul. Holman goes to the line to complete the three-point play. An 81.5% free throw shooter, and she hits it. 7 second-half points for Holman after being held scoreless in the first half. It's a 63-46 lead for Solano. 11 seconds left in the quarter. Out to Abushi. To Carmody in the corner, and she'll have it blocked, but she's fouled. Guillard picking up her third personal foul, picking up a little bit too much of Carmody. 2 shots coming up for Molly Carmody, the 5'6" freshman from Woodacre, California. 5.1 seconds remaining as Carmody connects for her 7th point of the contest. Jones will check back into the contest for Solano. Dinglasen heads over to the bench. And Carmody goes 2 for 2. 8 points for Carmody. 4 seconds to Jones for 3. No good. And time will expire in the third quarter. It's a 63-48 lead for Solano here on the road, taking on the Mariners. We'll take a quick break as the teams gear up for the ultimate quarter in this one, the fourth quarter, with Solano on top. Both squads are back out on the floor. Bader gets it. 10 minutes left in this one. Solano on top, 63-48. Gilliard inside the Bader. Bader has it knocked away by Ibushi. Ibushi out to Cross. As Cross came in for Maxwell. 9:40 to play. Marin has some catching up to do. Carmody to Cross. To Ibushi. Into the corner for Price. 10 seconds on the shot clock. To Ibushi. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Price with a wide open look. And she can't get it to go. And it'll be batted out of bounds by Cross. Price had a great look at that one, but just couldn't quite get it to go down. Voiles back into the game as Mitchell heads over to the bench for Solano. 9:12 left. Adams will be fouled on the drive. And that will be foul number 4 on Ibushi. Off the inbounds play, an easy bucket for Lania Adams. Her first bucket of the second half. She's got 6 points. It's a 65-48 lead for Marin. Ibushi screens for Carmody, out to Price. 15 seconds on the shot clock for Price. Price drives inside and gets it to go. Price with 18 points. At the elbow for Jones. Hands it off to Holman. Holman into the corner for Bader. Bader up top to Jones. Jones takes one step to her left. To Bader for 3. No good. And running after it, but watching it go out of bounds, is Voiles. It's a 13-point lead for Solano. 8:20 to play. It's a 63-50 score as Carmody brings it across the timeline. And a timeout called by Coach Nelson. A full timeout with 8:14 to go. A 13-point deficit for Marin. Both Vasquez and Ibushi with 4 fouls apiece. Got to be careful for Marin. Solano, Cassandra Jones, and Gilliard both with 3 fouls apiece. Jones has hit some deep threes in this contest. She's been held in check as far as three-point range goes in the second half. But Christian Voiles leads all scorers with a very impressive 24 points. She had 19 in the first half. Just 5 in the second half here. Alex Bader with 9 points. Lania Adams with 6. Miranda Holman with 7 second half points after being held scoreless in the first half. Ayana Gilliard adds in a bucket, as does May Moore. Price with the basketball, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Walker sets a screen. Price to the basket and in. Price with 20 points. Back to an 11-point game. It'll go off of Marin, out of bounds. 25 seconds on the shot clock for Solano. Moore will check back into the contest. Bader comes out. Adams will inbound. To Voiles. To Moore. To Holman. Down inside to Adams. Being triple teamed. That leaves Voiles open for 3. And she can't get it to go. Cross saves it from going out of bounds. But right to Jones. Jones with the right hand off the glass. And in. Jones with 14 points. A heads-up play for the freshman. 65-52 lead for Solano. 7:27 to play. Price driving inside, out to Carmody for a deep 2. No good. Defensive board for Adams, out to Moore. She brings it across the timeline to Voiles. Voiles drives the baseline and gets it to go. Voiles putting on a clinic against the Mariners. She's got 26 points. Almost quadrupling her average. Feed to Carmody, can't get it to go. A good attempt there for Cross to try and get Carmody open along the baseline. Carmody just couldn't quite finish. 67-52, and Price steals it away from Moore. Price has got Carmody. Price gives it off to Carmody. Carmody will have their shot altered by the Solano defense. Price fires the 3 and can't get it to go. Walker with the offensive board. She can't get her shot to go. To Jones for 3. She started walking away before it went, and she left it a little bit short. 6:16 to play. It's a 15-point lead for Solano, 67-52. And Moore steals it away on the pass attempt to Walker. Moore, back to Moore. Beautiful passing, and Moore can't finish. Moore runs it down, however. Jones won't miss this time. Jones with her 4th triple of the contest. 17 points for Jones. It's a 70-52 lead. Price brings it up the court, and another timeout is called. A 30-second timeout called by the Mariners. 5:36 to play as this game beginning to get out of hand for Marin. Not for a lack of effort, however, just being matched up against a team with a lot more reserves. Certainly one aspect of this game. Mariners players being asked to do a lot offensively and defensively and doing a great job of doing so. As the officials now conferring with the official score as to how many timeouts each squad has taken. One timeout remaining for Marin as Price gets it off the inbound from Ibushi. And it's poked away by Moore. Moore all alone sprinting past the defense and finishes with the layup. 4 points for Moore. It's a 20-point lead for Solano on the road, 72-52. To Ibushi. To Price. Skips it over to Vasquez. Vasquez spins around, tries to get it out to Cross, but Deongsun Lassen steps right in front of that. Bader has it knocked away by Price. Antoine Austin moves over to the scorer's table for Marin. 4:42 to play as Price spins around, out to Cross. Cross lines and fires the 3, no good. Caught a lot of rim on that one. Bader bringing it up the court. Bader to Holman. Holman finishes. Holman with 9 points in the second half. Maxwell moves over to the scorer's table as well. And Marin uses their last timeout. And down by with 4:20 to play. Coach Tanae Nelson trying to keep the Mariners involved in this one. It's been a tough go thus far for Marin. Trailing by only 4 after the first quarter. Opened up to a 14-point deficit at the half. and has just gotten out of hand as the game continues, up to a 22-point lead now. As Walker, Abushi, and Price all take seats on the bench. Carmody, Cross, Maxwell, and Austin on the floor. And Carmody travels in the lane. Another turnover for Marin, 4:08 to play. Voiles to Bader. Moore with the finish. 6 points for Moore. Cross trying to come over and get a piece of that one, but a little bit too late defensively, trying to bring over that help. Carmody gets it over to Cross for 3, and an air ball for Darian Cross. Geraldine Tjongson checks into the contest, taking over for Mariel Dinglassen. .335 to play, and a timeout called before the pass gets away from Voiles. A 30-second timeout called by Solano. 3:34 to play, a 24-point advantage for Solano. The Mariners break the huddle with a chant of defense. Playing for pride now are the Mariners, with 3:34 remaining. Voiles gets it from Bader. Voiles leaves it off for Moore. Moore to Tjongson for 3, leaves it short. Vasquez bringing it up the court and loses the handle on it. Bader knocks it away. Bader out to Moore. Moore up the court to Voiles to Tjongson, and Tjongson with the basket. And by the way, this bench is reacting. You know, it means a lot to them for them to get an opportunity for Geraldine to score. Tjongson then follows it up with a foul. Fresh shot clock for Marin. Out to Carmody. Carmody, no good. Vasquez runs down the miss. And it will be a 4th personal foul against Gilliard. 30 seconds again placed on the shot clock for Marin. Out to Vasquez into the corner for Cross. Cross back to Vasquez. 25 seconds on the shot clock. And Cross hoists the 3. She can't get it to go. Voiles bringing it up the court herself. 26 seconds on the shot clock. Voiles in the lane trying to go coast to coast, and she'll be fouled. No, they'll call a travel before the contact. Voiles will check out a game-high 26 points, and that should do it for Christian Voiles, the 5'11 sophomore from the Silver State. Carmody, no good. Tjongson up to Moore. And Cross flies in but can't get a hand on it. Turnaround Jay, no good. Rocketed it off the backboard. Mitchell fights through Austin. And 25 seconds on the shot clock for Moore as she will slow things down. Mitchell works around Austin and can't get it to go. Cross pulls down the board. Cross up to Vasquez. Vasquez will be fouled on the drive. 2 shots coming up as May Moore picks up her second personal foul. 2 shots coming up for Monica. She's got 7 points in the contest thus far. And she's able to hit that free throw. And she will eclipse her points per game average. And she can't go 2 for 2. The miss pulled down by Mitchell. 1:45 to play. Linnea Adams working against Cross up top. Down inside to Mitchell. Mitchell, one dribble. And will be fouled. 2 shots coming up for Mitchell. Looks like Darian Cross will pick up her first personal foul. It's a 78-53 lead, 1:33 to play as Mitchell will miss off of front iron on the first of her 2 for free throws, excuse me. And connects on the second one. All 3 of Diamond's points coming from the free throw line. Carmody taking over the point with Price on the bench. Cross driving inside. She'll be fouled. And Coach Matt Borchert picks up the tee. Really no point in the lip service at this point in the contest. And he continues to jaw with the officials. Despite being ahead by a substantial margin, Coach Matt Borchert still heavily involved in the game as Darian Cross will shoot the technical free throws, and she hits the first, giving her 11 points. She's been held scoreless in the second half up to this point. And she will hit both of her free throws. And now Cross will take her 2 free throws on the drive. And she's able to rattle that one in. 13 points for Darian. It's a 70 lead for Solano. 1:23 to play. And Cross goes 4 for 4 at the line. 14 points for Cross. It's a 79-57 lead. 22 points. The Falcons are on top. Fires the 3 and can't get in to go is DeLongson. Moore. Up to Mitchell. 1 minute to play. Inside to Adams. Adams wide open. Adams with her 8th point of the game there. Under a minute to play. 81-57. Solano on top. Cross out to Vasquez. Vasquez with the floater in the lane. Gets it to go. 10 points for Vasquez. 34.7 seconds remaining. 81-59 lead for Solano, and Coach Matt Borchert still calling out plays. About a 3-second differential between shot and game clock. And Antoine Austin picking up a personal foul. Trying to get a little bit too much of the ball there. Picking up Mitchell. Beyond the floor. And a timeout is called with 19.5 seconds remaining in the contest by Coach Matt Borchert. In an 81-59 game, a timeout is called to make sure that this last possession gets handled correctly. And Marin back out. And unable to get it to go off of the inbounds play that was set up by a timeout. Vasquez has it knocked around out to Maxwell, fires the three. She leaves it short, and 8.1 seconds remain in the contest. And Maymore will dribble it out for the convincing Solano victory, 81-59. Solano comes in and defeats Marin quite soundly. So Marin splits the two games here at home on the doubleheader. The men come away with a 79-70 victory. The women 1-59. It will be at Contra Costa next for Marin as they play Friday at 5:30 matchup before coming home to face Laney next Wednesday. For Solano, you will see them next at Mendocino, and then they will go back on the road next Wednesday to take on Yuba. Thanks so much for staying tuned for this first ever live stream broadcast of College of Marin basketball. I'm Nick Winstead. I will see you next time.